Hi, welcome to SVR Sports Picks. My name is Peter Loshak. Today is Friday, September 22nd. It's week 4 in college football. We got the big Saturday card coming up tomorrow, and we're going to talk right now with Steve from collegefootballwinning.com about one of the most interesting handicapping situations on the card, and that is the Oregon-Arizona State big Pac-12 clash. And we've seen this a lot in recent years. Big road favorites going into a kind of subpar Arizona teams. Sometimes they're good bets, as big favorites, but I feel like more often than not, they can be kind of trappy, and that these bad Arizona teams as like double-digit home underdogs tend to be good bets, even when on paper they look like they're not going to be able to hang with the quality Pac-12 teams that are coming in to visit them. The market is certainly uncertain about this game as of right now, both on the side and the total. Arizona State opened at about 16.5, so they've taken some money. It's now 14 or 14.5 market wide. Some places hanging 14, some hanging 14.5, and with the total as well. There's a lot of uncertainty. 75, 75.5, or 76. The Greek and 5 Dimes have 76, so the Greek, a sharp book, has 76. Bookmaker and BetDSI have 75, so that's a sharp book there. And then Pinnacle right in the middle at 75.5. So there's a lot of uncertainty here. And to add to that, there's even key injuries for both teams. Big wide receiver Charles Nelson out for Oregon, and then a big pass rusher is going to be out for Arizona State as well. So Coron Crump. So 2 big injuries for both teams. Hard to make heads or tails of where the betting value might lie here. What do you think, Steve?
I think I'm going to surprise you, Peter, in that I would like to discuss the total today in this game. This is right up your alley.
Yeah.
Very interested in getting your reaction to my points. So discussing the total, it opened at 76, sort of the consensus position. And as you said, you can find this line anywhere from 74.5 at the MGM and all the MGM sportsbook properties here in Las Vegas, all the way up to 77 at the South Point here in Las Vegas. So, point by point, let's talk about Oregon's offensive production to start with. Oregon is averaging now through three games this season, 87 offensive plays per game. That's 12th in the FBS. And since they have a new head coach in Willie Taggart, we probably need to orient ourselves, put this into context, compare it to previous Oregon offensive teams. Oregon, of course, known for their offense. So this Oregon team under Willie Taggart, averaging 87 offensive plays per game, compared to the last 3 years, 77, 79, and 77 is the average plays per game. So he's averaging about 10 yards per play more on offense. Oregon is number 1 in total points scored in the country. They're 3rd in points per game in the country. They're one of just 4 teams to score at least 40 points in all 3 of their games so far this year. Oregon is number 1 in both touchdowns and rushing touchdowns. So you might say, great, you've described one aspect of this game, Oregon's offense. Well, how does that stack up with Arizona State's defense? Arizona State's defense is 118th in the country in scoring defense. But what about their rushing defense? Because after all, they need to stop Oregon's 12th ranked rushing offense. Oregon State's rushing defense ranks 111th in yards per rush allowed, so not good. What about the other side completely, Arizona State's offense? Arizona State's offense, they average 78 plays per game. That's good enough for 37th in the FBS. They have their highest points per play, Peter, that they've had in 4 seasons at Arizona State. So how does that stack up against Oregon's defense? Well, there's a lot of hype around Oregon's defense being much improved under first year at Oregon, defensive coordinator Jim Leavitt. So much improved is the headline there. After all, they shut down Wyoming last week 49-13. But here's what I want to say about Wyoming. The last time Wyoming had 2 games in the same season where their total offense in terms of yards per play averaged 3.33 yards per play or less, as Wyoming has in their 2 FBS games so far this year, was 2010. So this is not a prolific Wyoming offense. And you might say, fine, all right, you found one team. What about the other teams that Oregon has played? Well, they played Oregon. So before Wyoming, Oregon beat Nebraska 42-35. So Nebraska put up 35 points in Eugene, so it was at Oregon, at 5.16 yards per play. That's the same Nebraska team that just lost to Northern Illinois in Lincoln. They put up just 17 points at 4.63 yards per play. So that's a loss that precipitated Nebraska's firing of their athletic director this week. So what I'm telling you, Peter, is Oregon definitely has not faced an offense, and definitely not a passing offense, like Arizona State's 24th ranked passing offense as measured by passing yards per attempt. They faced passing offenses of 98th ranked Nebraska and 113th ranked Wyoming. This is a totally different cat. So what I'm saying is I'm unconvinced that Oregon's defense is as improved as the hype suggests. Now, Arizona State's quarterback, Manny Wilkins, he has tied an all-time Arizona State record for most consecutive pass attempts without an interception. His passer rating, Peter, under the radar versus FBS competition so far this year is 19th, which is good. Doesn't sound great, but he ranks second in the country in passer rating for quarterbacks who've thrown at least 100 passes versus FBS competition. Second. And there are some hidden scoring threats in this game as well, Peter. For example, Oregon ranks 13th in kickoff returns in the country. Arizona State defending kickoff returns is 129th out of 130 teams in the FBS. And let's look at the betting data. Arizona State, under Todd Graham as their head coach, they've gone over the total 6 out of the 7 times where the total is at least 70 points, as it surely will close and is right now clearly over 70 points. 6 out of 7 times, game has gone over under Todd Graham when posted at least 70 points. And how about me as this source? How about collegefootballwinning.com as a credible source for totals? Well, admittedly, totals is not our strong suit. That is not our area of expertise. We definitely give out totals sparingly. But in giving them out sparingly, since the start of the bowl season of 2011, Peter, collegefootballwinning.com giving out totals recommendations is 55.81% in totals. That includes going 2-0 so far this year in SBR videos. And I've been doing SBR videos with you for 7 years, Peter. This is the 7th season. I've talked totals in just 8 of those videos. Now this is the 9th. I'm 6-2 in those 8 videos prior to this one, in those totals videos. So obviously I don't bring you totals videos a lot. I don't care to discuss them a lot unless I really see that there's some sort of edge there. So my conclusion, Peter, as of right now, could change before kickoff, but unlike previous videos, I'm actually going to recommend that people bet this now. And here in Las Vegas, again, you can get that total at 74.5, so I'm recommending the over. Online and in Las Vegas, you can easily find 75. So that would still be my recommendation. So I say you do this now, bet the over now, and don't wait until closer to game time. So my recommendation, over 74.5, you can get it. Over 75 will do.
Well, you're a 55.81% on totals lifetime at collegefootballwinning.com. I think you're looking at 55.95% lifetime in totals, because I'm agreeing with you here, Steve from collegefootballwinning.com. I actually did bet the over on this one earlier. I took it at the 75.5. It wasn't a top play. It was a second to top play, but I'm thinking now it should have been a top play. Maybe I'll make it that, and I'm liking it as well. Just seems like too low of a total. Just like what we saw last week with Arizona State against Texas Tech, a total in the mid-70s. Didn't really make any sense why it was that low, and of course went over by 20 points. I agree with your analysis completely, Steve. I think we got a winner here. Steve from collegefootballwinning.com. Great breakdown. Tell us about your website, collegefootballwinning.com.
Thank you, Peter. At collegefootballwinning.com, all collegefootballwinning.com does is college football betting analysis. We're a company founded on making betting recommendations using sets of algorithms. And unlike the totals recommendation I gave you, our algorithmic sets we are founded on making them against the spread. So we call those against the spread algorithmic sets our formula. And our formula lifetime, 60.16% against the spread. Last season, 62.26% against the spread. This season, the formula hasn't started yet, because we need a certain amount of current season betting data before the formula is released. That's all good news. The bad news is people can't join us directly right now. There is a waiting list. So you can come to collegefootballwinning.com. You can get on our waiting list. We pride ourselves in radical transparency, so you can see all the betting recommendations we've ever made, including the ones on SBR, right there on our website. And we have always offered the option of a 100% money-back guarantee if you do not profit based on our betting recommendations.
Sounds great, Steve. Thanks so much.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now, we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.